So far in this mini-series, we've been looking at how muting techniques are used to modify the sound of chords. But now let's take a closer look at how similar techniques are used to modify the sound of single note riffs and licks. To help demonstrate, I'm going to steal a riff that Stevie Wonder played on his great hit tune Superstition. And I want to show you how we can use 4 different muting techniques to help make a good guitar version of this riff, which Stevie Wonder played on a keyboard instrument on the original recording. It was on a Hohner clavinet. To understand how the layers of muting technique each affect the sound, let's start by playing it without any muting technique at all. Notice that my fretting hand is completely static, just holding each note down, while my picking hand is being sure to contact the strings cleanly with the pick. There's no contact with any part of my hand or fingers. Rhythmically, I think you'd agree that the effect is pretty flat and the sound is nowhere near what we're trying to emulate. However, if you'd like to learn this riff, it's not a bad idea to start off playing it just like this. First layer of muting technique we want to apply is often called staccato muting. Executed purely with the fretting hand by simply relaxing each finger immediately after playing the note, allowing the string to come off the fret but keeping the finger in contact with the string so as to kill the sound of the note and separate it rhythmically from the next note. The next layer of muting technique we need to add has a much subtler effect. It's what I call percussive muting. Without it, we sound like this. But by adding it in, you can hear how this adds a degree of rhythmic flow to the whole thing. It helps us space out the sounded notes in the context of the underlying 16-beat rhythmic feel that gives this song its funky sound. I'll slow this right down so you can better hear what's happening. So on these little percussive sounds between the sounded notes, I'm just touching the strings without pressing them down. That's how I'm getting that percussive sound. And we look at my right hand now, you can see that this allows my picking hand to move with that 16-beat feel. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... So instead of just hearing each sounded note picked separately like this, you can hear that I'm establishing my 16-beat sound with muted notes and then just pressing in the sounded notes as I need them. Great way to help you keep in perfect time. As simple as this may look at first glance, I know that it can take quite a bit of practice to get these techniques integrated into your natural way of playing. My best general tip for this is to try to move away from a picking action and apply instead what I would call a strumming a single string action. Be prepared for this to get a little messy as you make the transition from that picking action to the strumming action. And bear in mind that it's the muting technique that helps you play with the level of freedom this gives you and yet keep things nice and crisp. So I'll leave you to practice that, and in the next video in this series I'll show you how to add a couple of right-hand muting techniques to help us get the final result that we're looking for. Look forward to seeing you then.